Good afternoon, guys. How's everyone doing this Saturday afternoon? I hope you're all in the best of health, best of wealth. I hope you're being the best version of yourself you could possibly be. This is my second upload of today, and yes, I'm going to be doing another video on the Southport killings even. Just giving my take on it and letting you know how it affects me and what I think about the situation now. It affects me in a big way because I know for a fact our prisons are, what happens in there, and you know what officers have to go through to protect vile creatures like this animal what I'm talking to you about. Now, he would have gone straight for reception. Obviously, the minute he lands at reception, all the screws on reception are aware of who he is. So straight away, you know, they have got to protect him. They've got to look after him. They've got to segregate him away from other inmates. And as I said, if he gets attacked, then the officer will get penalised. The officer will get, you know, told off, put in the book, whatever you want to call it. So it's down to the officers. But you can imagine what's going through these prison officers' minds when they've got to open his door up, let him out for association, to mix and to integrate with other inmates. You can imagine what's going through their mind, you know, knowing how dangerous this evil, vile creature is. You know, if he could do that to poor little innocent kids, imagine what he would do to an adult, you know. So you can imagine what is going through the prison officer's mind. I feel sorry for him, to be honest with you. When they unlock his door and let him out for meals and things like that. But yeah, in his cell, he will have the best of everything. He will have a PlayStation, as I said. He'll have a TV, a bed, you know, a quilt, a kettle, the gymnasium. He'll have all the best healthcare, the dentist. Everything is under one roof, and that's all run by the taxpayers' money. We've got to go to work and pay our bollocks, yeah, on taxes to look after vile creatures like this. Now, do I believe in the death penalty? Most 100% I certainly do for cases like this. I really do. But yeah, he'll be in prison now on protection, you know, and protection wings, because he's on a protection wing. The officers, as I said, have got to look after him. And yes, they will be unlocking him. He'll be going out on association, mixing with other inmates. He'll be sharing his stories with other inmates, and they compare each other's stories. I know how they run, because when I was in there, the screws used to use me as like a, I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet and I don't want to get myself arrested, but the screws used to slip notes underneath my door and tell me who these animals were, and I would do what I needed to do, which is quite, you know, out there. If you look at John Venables, the video which I made and other people have made about me, you know, I was going out of my way to hurt these type of people. I really, really was. And the way I looked at it was, I got a 12-year sentence. So, you know, for me, just putting one down his face and giving him just a fraction of what he done to them kids would have given me great satisfaction. And other inmates what are in there will be queuing up, and I mean queuing up to do the same, yeah, to serve him up. But unfortunately, they won't be able to do it because he's on protection, and it'll be like that for years and years and years to come. He'll have the best treatment in there. As I said, he's got the best of everything in there, you know. And I think what it was because I don't know, it was I think he was under 18, maybe a week under 18, so he couldn't get a life sentence, so he got 52 years. Now the law says if you get a straight sentence without getting the a life sentence, you do half of your sentence and then you're let out. So yeah, he'll do about 25, 26 years, and by the time he's in his 50s, he'll be let out of jail, because that is the law. Everyone what doesn't get a life sentence does half their sentence and they get let out. Years and years ago, he would have got a thing called HMP. So, you know, it makes me wonder, it makes me think to myself, why didn't that judge, you know, what was passing sentence and what was on the trial of what was here in that case, why didn't he go sick? Why didn't he just, you know, put a note in to say that he couldn't come to work that week? Because one more week later, he would have got a life sentence. So it makes me wonder why that judge, you know, sat on that trial and passed sentence to him Why didn't it get put off until he was 18 so that he could get a life sentence? You know, and it won't even go through the House of Commons, because if you're under 18 years of age, you know, you cannot get a life sentence. I think they've done away with the HMP sentences too. You'll get a straight sentence, you know. But as soon as you get to 18, you know, and if you're nicked for murder, then it's an automatic life sentence. It's down to the judge's discretion what tariff he gives you. And I believe that if it was a week later, he would have got a life sentence with a natural life sentence where he wouldn't have got let out of jail. But 52 years, yeah, he'd do half of that sentence. And it makes me sick. It really does make me sick, guys. But yeah, them officers what are made, and I mean made to look after this vile creature, that, you know, you can imagine what they're feeling, what's going through their mind when they unlock him, you know, that they could get attacked, they could have their life taken in a second by this vile inmate. And it doesn't matter to him. Another life destroyed, another family destroyed, doesn't matter to him. The more, the better, you know, for him. So you can imagine these poor prison officers what have got to look after him. Well, I'll tell you something now, you couldn't pay me enough money to look after a vile creature like this. So, you know, I've still got morals, and I've still got, you know, a good head on my shoulders, and you couldn't give me £1 million a week to look after him. You really, really couldn't. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, guys. I hope everyone has a good weekend. You can see by the way I'm ranting and the way I am at the minute that it's affecting me. It is affecting me because the system stinks. The British system stinks. If he'd have been in America or any places like that out of the EU, he would have got a death penalty. End of. You know, that's the best thing for a vile creature like this, a lethal injection, and let the victims' families go in the gallery and watch him die. That's the best way. Anyway, guys, have a good day, man.